Well, Simon, first of all, this game, not only we've had the Queen's birthday, but the fight ended there. It obviously has a pretty special place to have the club, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It has a huge special for the club. You know, that it's been 5 years now. What Neil's been able to give to this footy club and what he's doing right now in fighting the beast is something that we want to honour. And, you know, it's a big occasion and we're looking forward to that occasion.
Steve, he'll play?
Yeah, he'll play. He's ready to go. He's put in a lot of work, 10 weeks of rehab and played really well last week. So we're really confident that he's ready to go. He'll have to train Friday. So, you know, he had an ankle, but we're feeling really confident in the way he's going. So we're looking forward to him putting himself in a position Friday at training to be able to play. Yeah, look, it is. And we're really confident that he'll play. You know, so it was an ankle. He trained well Monday. He's got to train Friday. So it'd be great to have Stephen and Jake both available and ready to go.
What does it do to have those guys back? I mean, I know you talk about the effort of the 22 players and we know their capabilities, but in terms of flexibility and what you can do on the ground, how much does it change what you're capable of?
I think when you're in a position that we're in, you're looking to build cohesion in your team, and we're starting to see that with our forward half. And now we're getting Stephen back, we get Jake back, we get Christian Salem back, we get Marty Hall back. So it's about building cohesion as a team and either end of the ground. And people say, you're in a tough position. Yeah, we're in a tough position, but we're looking to improve. And getting these two guys back gives us that opportunity. And it's about building cohesion, it's about improving. And we think this is a great opportunity for us as a club now.
Such a high-profile game, a marquee game, if you like. Does that put extra pressure on your side, your younger players, as an example?
We think we're improving a lot as a team, and people say, you know, you've been really positive in that space. But I think if you look at closely at our last 4 or 5 weeks, we actually have been improving, and it's about building that cohesion. And it's a really big occasion, and it's something that we're looking forward to playing a really good side. Now we do get some troops back. There's no, in terms of pressure on our younger players, I think it's just an opportunity. And that was a big part of what Neil spoke to us about yesterday, was to take responsibility and in difficult times, look at the opportunities that are presented to us. And this is an opportunity that we're saying, well, let's grab hold of it, playing a quality side, Collingwood, in a big occasion. And, you know, we're getting some players back into our side. So we feel like we're really well placed to play a really good game of footy.
Jordan Lewis basically signalled, I think most of us knew that this was probably his last season. How do you make sure that you get the most out of him, whether that's on the field or off the field, from his experience and utilise that for as long as you can?
Yeah, look, it's there've been ongoing conversations with Jordan about where he's at with his footy, and you know, right from the start, even 12, 18 months ago, we spoke about really giving to the footy club, whether it's AFL or VFL. And to Jordan's credit, he's been unbelievable. He went back to VFL 2 weeks ago, played really well, obviously got reported. But last week he was on the bench again, working with our younger players. And you know, we've always been pretty clear with Jordan, it's not a closed book. If he's playing really good footy, he'll play some AFL footy still for our footy club. So, but what he is going to give, he's going to give his advice, his guidance to the younger players. He's going to keep working with the coaches, and he's going to see this right through to the end. And I think that's credit to Jordan the person, not only for one what he's been able to give to the game, but how he's going to finish in the game too. And that's what we love about Jordan.
A few players backwards, obviously, if you go out, does Wiedemann hold his spot, and how do you sort of coached him through this week after last week?
Yeah, we haven't had match committee of the yet, but he was really impressive, Weed. I thought he played a really strong game of footy. You know, he had obviously the difficult kick at the end of the game, which everyone looks at, but I think his marking was back to where we know it can be. You know, I thought he played a really strong game of footy. So, you know, we want to keep persevering with Sam. He's a quality player for our footy club that's going to have a really good long-term future for us.
He was obviously shattered in sort of vision, as you would be. Yeah. Pretty disappointing.
Yeah, like he's naturally going to be shattered and disappointed. But the thing that I loved about him, he wanted the opportunity. And people underestimate the mark in that situation. You know, you're 3 points down with a minute to go, or 40 seconds. He put himself in a position where he wanted the footy. Now he didn't finish it off the way he would have liked, but you know, in terms of getting that opportunity, I know he will crave that opportunity again and want to do it better. But the conversation with him was just around that. Clearly, you're going to be disappointed, and that's understandable. But I did love the fact that he wanted the ball in his hands late in the game.
At what point do you start thinking about or prioritising 2019 as opposed to what you're trying to
I've heard some commentary on that, and there's still so much to play out in this season, and if people can tell me right now what's going to happen in the next 12 to 13 weeks, I'll be all ears, because no one can tell me what's going to happen. Anything's possible still in this season. So we just go about trying to get better and improve, to see where we get to as a footy club. And we're not going to waste a day and time thinking about next year. It's on the agenda. It's always on the agenda, short term and long term. But right now, no one can tell me what's going to happen this season yet. And we're still capable of playing some really good footy. So we're going to attack every week to play our best footy as much as we can for as long as we can, and see where that takes us. And in the industry, you haven't got time to waste. Every week's important, both short term and long term. So we're full steam ahead as a footy club to play our best footy and see where the year takes us.
I know it's an old stereotype with Melbourne supporters, but what's your message to them? Because it's a good snow season so far, started already. What's their message for them to come along to the game on Monday and really back the team?
Oh, look, I think, for our supporters, I understand that they're disappointed where we sit at 3-8. I get it and I understand it. But I think if they come to the game, they're going to see some progress forward. Our younger players are improving quite quickly, and they should be excited and get to the footy and get behind their team and get behind the day. It's a pretty special day to be a part of.
Not that it increases the pressure on you in any sense, but do you sort of get a little reminder of how fickle AFL is when two coaches go in the middle of the season? Is it almost a bit of a wake-up call? How do you feel being one of the only 18 in that position?
Oh, I don't think as coaches we need wake-up calls. I think we live in the world of reality. But I think there is a sense of urgency, and there's always a disappointing time when you see coaches depart, because you sit here in the seat that I'm in, and you know the passion and the commitment and drive to make your club great, and not only that, make your players great both on and off the field. So it's a disappointing time when it happens. From a coaching perspective, because you understand that and you've got empathy for it, but. In terms of a wake-up call, we don't need a wake-up call. We live in the real world.
What do you do in that case? Do you ring the guys and sort of offer you your wishes or whatever?
We're a pretty tight-knit group, the coaches, in terms of the support networks, and we certainly rally behind each other, and at the appropriate times we do that.
Pies been below their best in recent weeks, and missing a couple of key players for injury. Do you think it's a good time to get them?
What was it?
The Pies been below their best, and they're missing a couple of guns in recent weeks. Do you think it's a good time to get them in round 5?
I wouldn't say they're below their best. They're a quality side. We play in a really tough industry, and they lost by 2 points on the weekend. So that's not bad form. They're a quality side. We know what they're capable of, and they're up the top of the ladder for a reason. They're a good side, and we're looking forward to playing them.
Is Grundy Gorman one of the best matchups in footy now?
Oh, it's exciting. Yeah, two really quality players going at it, and both slightly different in their ruck craft and how they position themselves around the ground. So clearly that's going to be a talking point at match committee, and our strategy heading into the game is one, how we use Max and where we think we can get a real advantage in that space. So, but it's going to be an intriguing duel, and you speak about the supporters. It's one you do come along and watch as a neutral supporter as well.
He's been in good form the last month. Do you reckon he relish his opportunity? I suspect.
Yeah, he's looking forward to it. I think the last month of footy, this is as good as Max Gorn played. Got a lot of credit last year for his form, but his last month has been unbelievable in the way he's gone about his footy. So he's coming into the game in some really, really good form.
Last week, obviously, didn't get over the line, but I suppose in the past month, Collingwood's last quarters have been a real feature. They've found a way to get the job done or be in it late. Have you looked at that at all this week?
Yeah, I think that's what good teams do. They hang in games and they get it done when the time's needed, and that's probably something that we've been focusing on too. 2 out of the last 3 weeks, we've been in similar positions in winnable games of footy. Against some good quality opposition in West Coast and Adelaide, and we haven't been able to finish the job off. So that's something that we've been reflecting on as a team, is how we get the job done late in games, and I think that's the sign of maturity when you can do that, and Collingwood clearly have that for him at the moment.
What will you expect from Jake if he does play against Collingwood?
Oh, look, it's been a long time. I think the expectation will be that he just plays his role for the team. I think we all know what his best looks like, and we know that may take a little bit of time to get to that position. But he's done a hell of a lot of training. He's played a couple of VFL games to get himself in a position where he's capable of coming in and performing for us. And I think that's an exciting thing for our club to be at right now, is to get Jake back, playing some really good footy, and obviously to expose Stephen May to a really big game of footy.
Stephen know the group at all?
Oh, for what?
In terms of the misdemeanour, and is that all?
There's a lot of things that were said at that time that were incorrect, and Stephen doesn't owe us anything. Stephen's been working incredibly hard for a long period of time. He didn't do anything that was drastically wrong, and that was blown way out of proportion. And Stephen May is going to be a very, very fine football player for this footy club.
Cheers.